Hey friends, welcome to Blooming Wand, your home for grounded spiritual content. I'm Emily O'Neill, evidential psychic medium, intuitive healer, and coach. And the full moon is upon us. This is intended to support just a little check-in on the full moon, which is happening on let me double check, 13th of April. And I like to pull a card on every full and new moon as part of my spiritual and self-care practices. So I'm sharing what I got with you. And this moon cycle, I use the Forest of Enchantment tarot deck. It's one of my favorite tarot decks. And while I typically, or in the past, have pulled 3 cards, in the spirit of renewal and trying new things, this moon cycle will explore how one card can say a lot. And before I show you the card, I'm going to tell you what our intention and affirmation is first. Here's our intention. I will honor the slow, deliberate pace of growth by taking one mindful step each day toward my highest aspirations. Here's our affirmation. I patiently nurture my dreams with consistent effort, knowing that nature's most precious treasures are revealed to those who seek with care and dedication. So the card that we pulled this moon cycle is the Seeker of Boons, which is akin to the Knight of Pentacles. And on this card, you see a woman walking through the woods. She's draped in emerald green. She's also surrounded by emerald green, and she has a tool belt of sorts with all the things she needs to do her work and her tending. She's carefully extending a hand to some green lichen or maybe mushrooms or moss that is growing on a tree. She's careful, she's patient. She has pointed ears. And you can tell that she's not rushing. She's taking her time. She's taking things in. She's appreciative and grateful. So that gives you a little bit of what the card looks like. And I don't know, this just gave me the sense of finding treasure in slow growth and mindful presence. Because I know that whenever I move more slowly and I take in the subtleties of my surroundings more, or just the things that my eye are drawn to, I do feel like I'm finding a treasure. I'm looking up from my phone, I'm looking away from technology and being more present in the moment. And I think that it's where we can find some magic. And the Forest of Enchantment tarot deck is really such a magical deck. The imagery is filled with, just like it says, enchantment. Now, the Seeker of Boons appearing for us on this full moon in April invites us to embrace the methodical energy of the Knight of Pentacles archetype. This figure, which is draped in emerald green and brown with forging tools at her belt, embodies the perfect balance of patience and purpose. Now, I feel like she is reminding us that the most valuable discoveries often come not from a hasty action, but from careful observation and sustained effort. Her pointed ears, they're so cute, suggest an enhanced ability to listen to the whispers of the natural world and to her own inner guidance. Her kind, curious eyes reflect the importance of approaching our spiritual journey with gentle attention rather than a forceful demand. For the Blooming Wand community, this suggests a collective invitation for us to honor the slow magic of tangible growth. Does not usually happen super fast, right? It's slow. To find spiritual fulfillment in the practical aspects of daily life, and to recognize that even seemingly small actions, when taken with reverence and persistence, eventually lead to abundant harvests. Now, this card encourages us to trust in the process, to value consistency over speed. That's something I have to work on. I am a go, go, go person. And man, I really feel like I am really embracing, like, you don't have to be going so fast. You just need to be consistent with your practices. That's it. Enjoy the journey. But I feel like this card is also asking us to appreciate the beauty that unfolds when we align ourselves with our own natural rhythms and with nature and nature's rhythms, because I think it's Thich Nhat Hanh that said, some nature doesn't rush, yet somehow everything gets done. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. But the gist of it is like somehow things just they happen and they get done, and it's not from rushing, typically. Now, just as a heads up moving forward, I don't know that I'm always going to pull cards on the full and new moons as much as I used to, because I want to have more flexibility in what I share with you and to make room to address spiritual topics and questions that have been submitted to me. And so, on that note, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like to see covered, please drop a comment, shoot me an email, emily@bloomingwand.com, and let me know. And as I've mentioned before, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and a podcast, but my newsletter is probably the most popular free offering that I have. And so if you're not signed up for that yet, people love it. It's just a great way for us to stay connected and engaged with each other. Obviously, like and follow along here. This is a great place for us to connect as well. But if you do want to sign up for it, just go to bloomingwand.com and you'll get a pop-up and you can sign up for it there. Now, I couldn't help but notice that on this card there was so much green. I was like, oh man, and this kind of spring green is sort of like the vibe for this season. And so I was thinking about the essence of green and how it could be an invitation for us to connect more deeply with this season. I do have a background in art. I know a lot about color theory and how colors make us feel or react, like muted tones versus bright tones, red versus green and blue, things like that. And I thought, wow, we can use that this moon cycle. So color does have a profound impact on our psychological and spiritual well-being. This is a fact well established through scientific research and ancient wisdom traditions alike. Now, studies have shown that exposure to different colors can measurably affect our mood and energy levels and even psychological or physiological responses. Now, for example, blue tones can lower blood pressure, heart rate. So blue can lower blood pressure and our heart rate, creating a sense of calm, while red, take a guess, very stimulating. It stimulates excitement and can even increase appetite, which is why many food establishments incorporate red into their branding. Research published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology in 2012 found that even brief exposure to the color green can improve reading ability and creativity. Whoa. Yeah, I think we want to work with green this moon cycle. What do you think? In one study, participants who viewed a green rectangle for just 2 seconds before a creative task showed up to 20% better performance than those who viewed white or gray rectangles. This demonstrates how quickly and powerfully color can influence our cognitive functions. Green occupies a special place in color theory as it combines the mental clarity of optimism, yellow, so the optimism of yellow, and the emotional depth and calm of blue. This unique position gives green both nurturing and activating properties. Research has shown that time spent in green environments can reduce stress hormones, improve concentration, and enhance creative thinking. In the spiritual realm, green carries powerful healing energy as the color of growth, renewal, and vitality. It represents the heart chakra in different Eastern traditions, which is the center of compassion, balance, and unconditional love. Green embodies the regenerative power of nature, symbolizing abundance, prosperity, and the continuous cycle of life. It connects us to earth energy, plant wisdom, and the nature nurturing aspects of the divine. just that regenerative energy that kind of comes with connecting to nature, which I feel is very divine. That spring of life, that vitality, that sprout that bursts through the soil. Now, because the Seeker of Boons card is so richly adorned with this yummy emerald green, from the Seeker's cloak to the lush forest surrounding her, I felt called to incorporate this powerful color into our spiritual practice this moon cycle. So, as we work with this energy, I invite our Blooming Wand community to bring green into your sacred spaces, to place something green on your altar, perhaps a plant, a little emerald, malachite, or a green candle, anything. And I like to just pluck things from outside and bring them in that are green and put them on the altar. Wear green clothing or accessories when you need balance or heart-opening energy. Look at this card. Look at the green that's there. Just gaze at it, because like I said, science shows that just two minutes of looking at it can make you be able to carry out your creative tasks. Take time to gaze at the varied greens in nature, allowing the vibration to harmonize with your energy field. I think colors really do enter in through the eyes, and they do have different ways of doing that. You should definitely look it up if you're curious about it. It's why we react to color in certain ways. It's why they're used in certain ways. So one of the things that I always think about is how, like, usually, like in superhero movies, you've got like Superman in blue, obviously. What do you think that is? Because blue is sort of associated with kind of good. And you might see the villains in more muted, like greeny colors or like purpley colors or yellowy colors. Not the vibrant ones, but the muted ones, to symbolize that these might not be the good guys. So, it's interesting how color is used. And right now outside, like, I'm taking in not just a lot of green, but a lot of pink with the magnolia trees in my yard and the flowering cherries. There's just so much pink. And when I look at it, I feel great. It makes me feel really good. There's also quite a few really bright, vibrant greens, and every time I see some green sprout poking through the brown earth, I'm like delighted. It just titillates me. Not just because yay, things are growing, but the color. It's the color. So notice how the presence of green affects your mood, thoughts, and spiritual insights over the next lunar cycle. Does it bring the calm, nurturing presence that you need? Does it activate your creativity or sense of possibility? Share your experience. You know I love to hear from you, and it would be exciting to know, like, how green is affecting all of us. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, drop a comment, or send an email to emily@bloomingwand.com. Check out the website to learn more about me. That's bloomingwand.com. And as always, take good care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.